Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. This is a special update just for PEPE coin. Yesterday, I did a update video for a bullish continuation for PEPE, and as you can see, we are breaking down from that structure that we talked about yesterday. So I wanted to update you guys and take the opportunity to hopefully give you guys a little bit of better perspective on how things work regarding TA and how you can use TA to really be able to get a little bit of an insight, or actually not a little bit, but quite a bit of an insight of what's going on with the market structure. What are some of the invalidation points? Does coin continue, or does it invalidate the upside and we start heading down? If we start heading down, what are the areas that we're looking for? So yesterday we established that this is the route. I did move these arrows a little bit. These were moved over here to the right, but since we've come down so much, I just go ahead and took the liberty of moving these over because this is yet not invalidated. I will talk about when this is invalidated, but as of right now, this is not invalidated. So I just moved these arrows over a little bit here, as this still may be a potential area. It's starting to become obviously less probable from yesterday's video. It becomes a little bit less probable, but not yet invalidated. So what have we done so far? We have broke down from the bottom of this this flag that we had, this triangle that we had mapped out yesterday. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm not going to take it off just yet because I want you to see what happened. We broke down. But look what we just finished doing. We landed on a really nice area of support. Look at this, prior resistance becomes new support. There it is, confirmed it just beautifully. This is TA 101. This is great stuff. Now we broke through this area. Look at this diagonal support line that was creating our triangle, the bottom of that triangle. Look at the support here, look at the support here, support here, support there. We just came back and we back test the bear break of that. And we also have this horizontal support that held the price very nicely here. We had a couple of deviations here, but nevertheless, you can see a lot more touches of support than there was for resistance. So now what are we doing? We're back testing these areas that kind of cross together, the diagonal and the horizontal cross. So this is going to be a very heavy area of resistance. Now, here's the key. Do we break above here and continue with our bullish scenario that we mapped out yesterday? That's going to be up to the bulls if they're going to want to bring that up. One of the things I will say is that 2 exchanges added perpetual contracts to this coin, meaning that they are going to be offering more shorting opportunities. So that's going to put a lot of down pressure on this coin as more and more people want to bet to the downside than to the upside, since it had such a run up and there's no utility to this coin. So most of these coins end up going back down to where they started. Exchanges know that, so they're going to offer those contracts to make money on the way down. But it's never going to be just one straight line. There's going to be a lot of money to be made for the exchanges as they liquidate people going both ways. Even if this coin is going down to zero, it's amazing how many people can get liquidated, because even if you don't use any leverage, you still have a chance to really lose a lot of profit, or at least get you to panic and get you out of the position. And if you use a little bit of leverage, even say 10x leverage with a 10% candle to the upside, you get liquidated. So it doesn't take much to get liquidated on shorts, and the exchanges know that, and they have algorithms to figure all that out. So let's go ahead and continue with yesterday's TA, and let's see what am I looking for to the upside and to the downside. Well, to the upside, let's do this. Let's kind of do a quick recap. Remember yesterday we were establishing these higher lows. We have a high, higher low, and I'm looking for my next higher low. So we use the fibs to determine where those higher low were. So here is my higher low rule, my rule set for utilizing the fibs. Yesterday we established that 706 was the area where this particular coin likes to follow. Every coin is different. Some coins they do 618, some 706. Very rarely, but it does happen, we get 786. That's the extreme of a lower high. It doesn't happen that often, but nevertheless, it's still part of my rule set because I do see it happen from time to time. Yesterday, we established at 706. So we went ahead and we mapped out the next lower high, which was this one here. And we did the exact same thing. We just put our fib to the bottom here, to the top of this lower high, and what do we get? Right at 706 is where it capped out. So nothing changes. We're going to do the same thing. We had a drop, nice double bottom here, right on support. So this tells me that this is more likely going to be a really good area for us to map out, again, our lower high rule. Now, here's where it becomes a little bit tricky. This is a very strong area of resistance, like I just mentioned a moment ago, because of diagonal support and the diagonal and the horizontal support that we had here. So if we break here, this is going to be where we're going to see if we're going to hit yet another higher low and continue to come down, or do we finally break through here? Because this flag still isn't validated. Yes, it's not great that we deviated from here, but we can still break through here and continue upward. Now, what is the invalidation to here? Do you recall yesterday that this bounce here, this drop here, was caught by the 0.50 continuation fib? So continuation fib is a fib that I put on a coin when it has a run up the way it did. And what I look for is, if we're going to continue, we're going to hit one of two fibs, 0.382 or 0.50, and I don't want it to close below 0.50. A wick is okay, but not a close. That kind of invalidates that continuation. Typically, when we see a continuation, we see a 382, a bounce, and then we continue, or a 0.50, a bounce, and we continue. And as you can see here, we double bottomed right below the 0.50. But what didn't we do? We didn't close there. We double bottom. We have a tweezer on both of them, very small tweezer, but nevertheless, still a nice a double bottom support, excuse me. And then we had the bounce. So I'm not going to say this is invalidated yet. Does it look great? No, it's not ideal, but it's not invalidated. However, if we manage to break above here, and then hit the continuation and hit the lower high rule and then reject, and we break this support, then this is invalidated. Then it's less likely. Well, actually, it invalidates this move here. So I'm not going to remove this from my chart just yet. Once we close below 0.50, once we close below here, then I will put that on there. For now, I'm going to go ahead and leave that on there. This is the bottom. This is a swing low, swing high. And you can see this is the deviation below that. I'm going to remove this so it doesn't confuse this line here. There we go. So that's why I left. That's why I didn't put this fib here, because this wasn't here yesterday. This was the low where it bounced. So that's where the low, we'll have to continue it. And you can see this is the deviation below it, but no real close, no acceptance, for lack of a better word. Right in here, there was no acceptance below here. So this is still valid, less probable than yesterday, but nevertheless not invalidated. Now, if this becomes, if we close below that, then we're looking into this area here. We're looking to this area of consolidation and an area where we can pick up maybe a better position if this is going to continue. When we come in here, we're not looking for a bounce. We're looking for more of a consolidation, a support base, and we're looking for smaller time frames. We're looking for a bullish market structure to show us that it's going to continue. Because this can very well come in here, consolidate, and start putting in bearish market structures. So if it starts putting in bearish market structures inside of this area here, then obviously we're looking for lower downside. Now, I took the liberty of mapping out prior resistance is going to be our new support area here. So what I want to see here is I'm going to use a different fib now. I like using a fib, and many of you who follow me know that I like using 0.886. 0.886 is an institutional fingerprint fib that it's not part of the Fibonacci, but it's an area that institutions like to buy. They like to buy 88 cents on the dollar. That's considered wholesale. They don't buy retail. They don't buy Twitter, which is up here. They don't buy retail, which is up here. Other traders, they like to buy pennies on the dollar. So I want to see if that lines up with. Let's see here, no extension. Yeah, it does right there. Beautiful, awesome, man. I can't make this shit up. Look at this, 886. That's why I have it in gold. That's the golden. That's my favorite fib. That's my favorite fib right here. So 886 is slightly below the support here, which to me it's on it. You can pretty much say on it. So if we invalidate that, this area here, the 618, 706 or 786, if we invalidate that area there, then I'm looking for this area to at least catch it for a reload if this truly is going to be the next Doge. If this is going to be the next Doge, guys, you're going to see something real interesting. You're going to see a consolidation. Sorry, guys. You're going to see a consolidation inside of 886. If we consolidate on top of 886, that's institutions buying. If we go back down to zero, then this is going to be like every meme coin that comes out, it just goes back to zero. That's what they do. They have no utility. It's just for fun. So keep that in mind, guys. Not all of these meme coins, most of these, 99% of these meme coins go back down to where they started. They won't go literally to zero, but they go back down to where it started, and they'll stay there forever until they get discontinued and get knocked off of get delisted from exchanges, and then again nobody's going to want them. So there's going to be levels that you want to look at. If you believe in this coin, you think it's going to keep on going, have a realistic expectation. At least look at the technicals. The technicals are going to tell you if people want it, if people are buying it, if there's any interest, and if there is, it's going to show here. If it doesn't show here, and you want to keep on holding all the way down, then that's your prerogative. But at least you had an educated lesson on how the technicals were showing you that no support is coming in. It's hitting every level one at a time, and it's showing you the route of it going to zero, of it going back down to where it started. And your last hope is going to be this line right here in the sand, the very last hope. So hopefully you guys took profit on this move up. You have just the leftovers, you have a free bag, and you can care less if it goes to zero or if it continues to go. It's free money. You've already taken out your initial position. That's a great position to be in if that's the case. Unfortunately, with most of these, it's not the case. People who bought that big wick on top are praying that it goes back up. And so far, I'm trying to make a case for the bulls, but the bears are showing me invalidation after invalidation. So until the bulls can step up, until more demand can come in, and typically, again, looking at something like this, looking at this run up, it's difficult to create more demand when people know that these things normally go down. Now, have meme coins come out of this and broken up and go higher? Yes, absolutely. There are meme coins that can continue. But for that to continue, you have to respect these. You have to respect these levels. So this is why I want to do these. I'm going to do a continuation update on this coin because I want to show people how you can use technicals even in a meme coin, and show how demand affects the market structure and how the price action gets respected by a lot of these levels. I mean, you can see, you can't deny by looking at these lower high rules. You can't deny looking at the back test of these bear breaks. This is what TA is. So when people tell you that you cannot TA a meme coin, this is a perfect example. Yes, you can. If you say you can't TA, it's because you don't know where to look. And nothing wrong with that. That's why I'm making this video. So hopefully you can know where to look, you can learn how to do it, and you can understand why technical analysis is so important if you're going to be investing or trading. All right, guys, everyone have a really good day, and we'll talk to you later.